Hey guys, this is Crystal Lax again, and I have another video, but this time it's going to talk about how people have been trying to deprive me from my money. Not only Social Security benefits, that's back pay, that's due to me, but also from performing off of these videos that these people have illegally filmed and live streamed and making money off of these videos of me every day to the public. They have been trying to deprive me of money, and then to show the general public how broke she is. Now, if they took that money, because I'm the performer, right? I'm the one that the audience is looking at every day. That means I am a performer. And especially according to the Department of Labor in California, because I looked it up when I was in California, I am considered as a performer. When somebody is every day live, like a live reality show, that is a performer. And therefore, I can claim wages, that they have been withholding wages from me, that they have been depriving me of wages. They have been illegally making money off of me and not giving me not one dime. I haven't seen not one penny, not $1. They haven't even offered me anything about the live stream that they have been live streaming me on their website, on the internet sites. Not one. And at the end of the day, they have been trying to keep money from me. I had an incident. I'll tell you about this little banking incident. I had an incident where before my foot fracture, I had a check. And then it was getting close to 30 days. After 30 days, so I was like, man, I got to go cash this check before it gets a little bit too old, before I'm in this rehabilitation center for my foot, and then I don't have a chance to cash my check. So the rehabilitation social worker, see, these were some good social worker over there at Las Vegas acute post-acute care. I mean, they really sit up there and they made transportation arrangement for me to go to the bank. It was Nevada State Bank. And they made arrangement for me that day so I could go try to cash my check. The lady refused. It was almost like these people had already contacted this bank manager and don't cash her check. Don't cash it. So like they had always, it's like a form of blackballing you financially. And so when I walked in there, the lady said that she can't cash the check. So I said, it's a good check. They said, no, it's a good check because the employer bank with that particular bank. So since the cash checking place wouldn't accept the check, so I said, well, it's better to just go to the employer bank, since they bank with these people. It shouldn't be no problem. It shouldn't be no hassle. Well, when I went that particular Friday, she said she couldn't cash the check. It's at the bank discretion, and we're not going to cash the check. So she said you have to have a passport or a driver's license. Where I just have a state issue ID from California. And the social worker that helped me that day, she used to work in banking for like three years, and she said, well, every bank have a identification book where if you're from out of state, they could just look in there and see the different identification for each state. And so they never told me why they wouldn't cash my check, right? So I'm pissed off, right? It's not like it was a major check. It's like, really, seriously? I can see if I came up in this bank with $5,000, $10,000, but it's like this check was not big at all. And so for you not to explain or made any other type of effort to try to cash this check, it's like I felt discriminated against. I did. And so you know what I did? I contact each president of that bank, honey. And I got a hold of Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor apologized that they didn't do a little extra step. And so she said, okay, well, I've already talked to them. Miss Lax, I'm sorry about that experience. And when you go, you just let me know when you cash your check and tell me about the experience that you had. So I went right back up there to the bank because Miss Taylor said that, okay, I've already talked to them. You're going to go to the same bank, and they're going to be prepared for you to cash the check. So I said, okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so I went in there and I had the best experience. I didn't get no problem whatsoever. She cashed it, and that was it. But it was like they have been contacting people to don't do this for her, don't cash the check, keep money out of her hand, like that. The same way I had this foot injury at the RTC Bonneville bus station, and I tripped over their loose rug in front of the entry door. And it's all on camera. Well, I had my walker at the time, so the insurance adjuster is called D Ford insurance adjuster here in Vegas. And I called and I spoke with him. His name was Dustin. I spoke with Dustin, and Dustin said, well, we don't see any parts on us. We don't see how you just didn't lift up your walker high enough, and you would never stumble or tripped over our mat on our premises. So therefore, we're denying your claim. So that's another form to keep money from me. Now here I'm walking around in a wheelchair. I had 30 days out of work, walking around with a wheelchair and this heavy moon boat that they have. That's like about 15, 20 pounds all by itself. But it's supposed to, I'm going to have to put that back on because my feet is aching me. But it's supposed to protect you from getting any more fracture. Okay. So that for him to outright deny my claim, I said, dang, they don't got a hold of the insurance adjuster, so therefore I don't get no money in my hand, because it's something about trying to have control about me not having money in my hand to be able to take care of myself and maintain my basic necessity in life. I think that everyone is entitled to basic necessity in life. And whatever they put their hands to do, you should not be blocking it. You should not be hindering it. You should not be withholding any money that is due to me. And you should not be trying to deprive me of money so that you can show the general public that she is broke and homeless, because it seems like they want to keep me in a broke and homeless state of mind. Now, I have always been a black woman that worked, and I have always been a black woman to go to school and achieve goals. At the end of the day, I believe in staying focused. I believe in setting goals and executing it and achieving and accomplishing my goals. Now, all of a sudden, this part of my life is being invaded by haters, by negative energy haters. And then some of them, yes, honey, and then some of them figure, oh, she fat, she deserve it. She don't need no money. Look how fat she is. So you mean to tell me, in your most adult-like, rational, and logical mind, that at the age of 54, of me helping to raise my grandchildren, and went through all the hell in my childhood, and went through all the trials and tribulation down in my life, and I made it to the age of 54. I had all kind of sickness and still get sick. And you mean to tell me that you're basing on, if I get money, based on my weight, huh? Is that what you're rationally and logically saying to me, or saying to the world? Is that what you're showing to the world? Oh, because what they call it, the girls call it basic now. They're basic women. So you saying that I have to be all made up like a fake, superficial woman in order for you to have respect for me? Is that what? Also, me minding my business and believing in Jesus and believing in God is not enough for you to respect me as a human being? Is that what you're saying to the world? Is that what you're showing to the world? That I have to be superficial, and then I have to convert myself to this size 0, 2, 5, and 8 size 5, 8 figure body figure in order for you to have respect for me? Are you saying that I have to become a hoe for you? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that a hoe get more respect than a person, than a woman that have the fear of the Lord? Is that what you're saying? That a hoe, a whore, or somebody that's out there selling her body right now, and I'm not condemning you, but I'm making my point here. You're saying that somebody that is out in the world and giving her body to Tom, Dick, and Harry in the midst of COVID, because there is a virus going on. There's a Delta virus, Havana virus, and the COVID virus with all these different stages to it. So you mean to tell me that you got more respect for them and women like that than to have respect for a woman that love God, for one thing? In my heart, nobody gonna take that spiritualness from me. So you mean to tell me that's my first love right there? God is my first love. So you mean to tell me you got more respect for them than you have for a woman of God, or for a spiritual woman of God, and trying to corrupt my whole family away from God, so that what are you trying to do? What direction are you trying to push my family into by you drugging out my daughters and sitting up there trying to sexually assault them, trying to force them into prostitution, trying to force them into being sex trafficked? Is that what you're trying? So you're trying to bring corruptness, negative energy, sexual corruptness in my family, right? That's what you're trying to do. After all the years that I spent raising my children, going without child support, working at $3.35 an hour, nursing home, hospitals, home health care, taking any job that I could take under the sun through these temp services. Factory work, machine operator, sorter, packer, piece work. Had to do piece work too, doing office work. I took any job that I could grab my hands on. Housekeeping work, worked at the Days Inn as a housekeeper. I took any job that and you mean to tell me I went through life, this long journey in life at the age of 54, for 54 years, I've been traveling down this journey, and you mean to tell me that you have the right to invade my privacy? You mean to tell me that you have the right to offend me, a complete stranger that you don't know from Adam to Eve? You mean to tell me that you have the right to be up in my personal affairs? You mean to tell me that you have the right to dip in my financial affairs? Is that what you're saying to the world? Is that what you're showing to the world? Do you know what a long journey is for 54 years? Let's look at the reality of this. That means trials and tribulations. That means you had to go through some things in life, honey. Homeless and sleeping at the airport and the bus stations and outside at the on the bus benches. And what makes it so bad, some of the people that's live streaming me and not giving me any money and not sitting up there trying to look after me while they're violating me, they're violating my children, they're violating my whole family. At the end of the day, they're sitting up there trying to wash down your real life experience. It's real life experience to go through homelessness in the hot sun, in the cold, in the snow, in the winter, in the rain. And to be a woman at that, it's almost like they enjoy seeing me in that type of life frame. Because it's entertainment for them. It's entertainment. Almost as if you are they want to keep you as a black slave with no money. A poor black slave. One lady, when we lived in Phoenix, Arizona, Dominique used to work at this Brighton Garden nursing home in Scottsdale, Arizona. And she worked in the dietary department. And her supervisor, and I wasn't thinking at the time, Her supervisor told her, a white woman, her supervisor told her, oh, a girl like you don't have no business making that type of money. Wait a minute, if Dominique, see, I wasn't thinking, or I would have filed a EEOC, but I wasn't thinking, that paralegal wasn't kicking in. But she told my daughter that. She said that, oh, a girl your age should not be making this amount of money. So she started cutting back down on my daughter's hours, basically, to keep her at a certain income level, okay? And Dominique came home and told me what she said. And Dominique is Dominique sometimes have a way of, when she's frustrated about something, she start acting out instead of talking it out. I have to pry it out of her. I said, what's wrong with you? What's going on? Because you acting up. What's going on? I'm working every day, and she cut back on my hours. And I wasn't thinking that we should have took this, even that statement along of what she just said was a very racist statement. Now that I look back at it, that was like, some people want to keep you at a certain poverty level in order to feel that they have some kind of control and power over you, because a black person like you should not have that much money. Same way with Social Security, they owe me back pay, but a black woman like me, we owe her all this money. A black woman like that don't deserve that type of money. What are you talking about? That's tax money. I'm not talking about SSI, baby. I am not talking about any kind of supplement welfare money. I am talking about when I worked those jobs and they took the tax money out of my money as a single mother. And that was a lot of tax money coming out of my paycheck. I am talking about, I want that money. I want my money that you took out. Those are my tax dollar money. And the people at the Social Security, they gonna act like it's they money, honey. They acting like they don't work all those years and it's they money, and try to block you from getting your back pay. It's like, we're gonna have to count all the way back. We're gonna have to bring it all the way back to 2012. That's a lot of money that is due to me. That's a lot of money I'm entitled to. That's a lot of money that I need in this situation. Like keeping me in this situation when I got money. I got plenty of money in that Social Security account. And then sitting up there want to display you as a homeless, broke black woman. And there's people in prison getting their Social Security benefits. In some parts, in some states, the prisoners can get their Social Security benefits. And they don't did worse, or they don't did worse. That's what I'm talking about, where somebody purposely and maliciously financially trying to deprive you so that you can stay in a poverty-stricken kind of lifestyle. That is a very evil and negative energy. Trying to force, and that's called the spirit of oppression. That's trying to oppress black people in a poverty state of mind, in a poverty lifestyle, when they don't supposed to be there. And that means that the same way how that woman said, a girl like you don't deserve that type of money. Believe it or not, there are some racist people that still feel that way, and they promote it, and they sit up there and try to get the public to promote that. But if I work for something, I deserve everything that I worked for. That means that we are taught from a young age to work hard, save your money, and go buy whatever you want. That's what we're trained to do. We're programmed to do that. So I did that. I've done that throughout the years. $3.35 an hour in 1986. going up to $5.25 an hour. Then I finally made $7.25 an hour in the state of Indiana. And when I started making $8 for Kelly Services and Norrell Healthcare, oh my gosh, I didn't know what to do with myself. I thought I had hit the jackpot. I was working my tail off. I was taking all kind of double shifts. And people don't understand your journey. People don't understand your journey as a single mother, that you had to pay $450 each week for each child, for the whole child care expense. And for somebody that I don't know to sit up there and point fingers at me and put cameras on me and disrespect me as such, that is the most rudest and disrespectful behavior that other adults can do to another adult. And you have not walked not 1 mile, not one step in their shoes. You have not traveled down the road that they have traveled. Not to say that you haven't traveled down rough roads, but for some reason they try to wash it off because I always put a smile on my face. Like Tupac said, outside you looking furious, but the inside of you, Do you know what it's like to carry a lot of load on you from the age of 7? I had to take care of my mama kids. I had to take care of everybody. Like my whole life been taking care of everybody. Do you think that I'm tired? Do you think I'm burnt out yet? Or do she need more suffering? And according to the racist white people and Hispanic people that don't like me, and whoever else, the black people that don't like me, do you think that at this age that even my body is showing that it's tired, it's breaking down? My medical record shows that she's aging. Do you think that maybe it's her turn to have peace of mind? Do you think that yet, or does she deserve more suffering in life to make you happy? What is it? What is it? Does she deserve, at the age of 54 with grandkids, does she deserve more suffering? Being made fun of more? Been made fun of my whole life. Do you think that at this point that it's maybe just retirement for her, and for her to finally enjoy her life for a change? Is that possible? Or you just need to see more suffering? Or do you need to see more struggling? What is it? What is it that make your vagina and your penis wet? Because some people actually have a sexual deviance of seeing you suffer and seeing you going through a hard time. They really get off by that. Some people get off. Some people get off if they know that they're controlling your finance. They're blocking your finance. They're blackballing you from finance. They're blackballing you from money so that you can live just like everybody else. So that you can live a human life, that you're not some form of an animal, that you don't deserve to be outside like you're an animal, that you don't deserve to be living outside at your age. And for the young people that think this shit is funny, but they haven't finished raising kids yet. They haven't went through teenager phase yet. I have. Some of them, it's like at the end of the day, some of them is you're not even at home. I was with my kids if I wasn't at work. We was in the church if I wasn't at work. I wasn't out there partying. I wasn't out there having sex with Tom, Dick, and Harry. I was at home. I was at home with my kids, still doing the same thing. Whatever you see me doing right now, you see me at home. You see me here. I'm a homebody kind of woman first. The same thing. A zebra can never change its stripes. So the same way how I'm basically at home, there's so much to do in Vegas, but I don't feel like going nowhere. I'm comfortable at home. There's really, truth be told, there's nothing out there in the streets but trouble at the end of the day. And that's how, and I learned that earlier in my years. There's nothing out there in the streets unless I really have a friend that I like and he likes me, and we'll go out and do something. Really, seriously. But at the end of the day, I don't like going out any kind of way. I like to be dressed. And I like for me to have money in my hand so that I can look like a grown-ass woman appropriately. And to try to deprive me of my money, of money that is due to me, I'm entitled to. That is so unrighteous. And it's so wrong, but it's okay for you to live in an apartment and a home. It's okay for other women to enjoy their house. They don't have videos, illegal videos being shown on them and being illegally live streamed. But it's okay for some reason. I don't know where you got it from. Is it Rico? Because it seemed like that crew has no kind of respect for other human beings. I guess because they don't got money in their pocket. I guess they forgot how it lives. I don't know. Have you ever struggled? Because I guess you forgot where you came from. Some people forget where they come from when they start getting money in their pocket. They forget that they started from humble beginning. And at the end of the day, yes, and they didn't do it by themselves. There was somebody helping them in the background. There was other people helping you to get to where you went. And some people want to just take all the credit for themselves and never give the people in the background the credit. You didn't become a celebrity by yourself. It had to be makeup artists, because really some of you look jacked up without your makeup, just like I do, honey. It took makeup artists, it took hair a stylist, it took wardrobe, it took the director, it took the producer, it took people in the background helping you. And some people get the money, and now they sitting up here, they good. Then they start messing with other people that's struggling. But did you forget where you came from? Did you forget your humble beginning, hon? Did you have to eat ramen noodles? Was you homeless a couple of times? So how can you make fun of my situation right now? Did people come up against you before you got that real nice 20-something, 30-something an hour job? How was you? Somebody had to take time out to hire you. They seen something in you. Somebody had grace and mercy to hire you so that you can feed your family and put food on the table for your family or cover your basic necessity in life. Somebody had to have mercy on you, grace and mercy on you. Not everybody was fighting up against you. And that's what I'm saying for me. I'm a human being just like you. But for some reason, when I speak, they try to whitewash my words. They try to play it down. My Uncle Al would call that snickling and giggling. All that snickling and giggling. Back in the days, that's the old word. Doing all that snickling and giggling and stuff. For them, it's snickling and giggling. Look at her. Her fat, broke ass. She a paralegal, but she's a broke paralegal. Oh yeah, she's the girl's mother, because I heard that a lot. The girl's mother, they're referring to Dominique. The girl's mother is fat. She's fat and ugly. Why would you compare a mother to her daughter? Why would that? Why would you compare that? My daughters are supposed to look better than me because they got my genes, honey. It's supposed to rub off. Yes, honey. They got their mama genes, honey. They're supposed to look better. They're supposed to be better. Matter of fact, they're supposed to do way better than me. What I don't like is for them to be sitting around and not doing a damn thing. Are you going to school? Are you damn working? What the hell? Start your own damn business. I don't care. Now that's what I don't like. Nobody will hire you, then create one. Create a job. Create your own job then. I do believe in black ownership. I do believe in black ownership. I do believe in you own your car, honey. So you're not making those car payments, honey. Where since I'm on finance, honey, own your car, honey. Making all of that unnecessary expensive car payments, and then you got car insurance behind it. That's a lot of expenses on you. That's a lot of responsibility, especially at a young age. And for you young people, honey, baby, I was already there, honey. I had my job. I had my 1987 Cavalier, honey, and then I had a car in the back of my garage. I owned my own house at the age of 18. Honey, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing, honey. I'm rolling. And then I had a little money coming in every month. Please, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was already there where you at, baby. And a lot of us have already been there, honey. And a lot of young people, it's like, well, what happened? Life, baby. Life. And the ones that we already know about the Rat Pack. Yeah. Whew, communing every damn day in traffic. Getting on the subway, packed as hell. You can't look nobody in the eye because that might start a fight. All crowded. You're dressed up in your suit, your black suit or your blue suit, your dark attire. Putting up with the water cooler. They gossiping about you at the water cooler. In the office. Life, baby. Life, baby. Life. For you young people that's sitting up here, well, what happened? You say that to a lot of older people. Well, what happened? I ain't talking about what you used to do. I ain't talking about what you used to have. I'm talking about what you got now. That right there, instead of respecting you for the accomplishments that you have already established, do you believe that people become burnt out in life? Do you believe that life can throw them such a hard blow that it takes them a minute to get back on track? Can you believe that? Can you believe that? When they snatched my grandbabies and I helped raise them, that took a lot of determination, ambition out of me. It was something about kids that kept me going. Are you understanding that? Or is that too hard for you to understand from an adult perspective? When kids are around you, you stay motivated because you know that you gotta be on it. You gotta be on it. Because now you got these people depending on you. You got these little people depending on you. That's your motivation. That's your determination. Even if it's your grandbabies, or even if they're your grandbabies. And when they snatched my grandbabies that I raised, they was considered as mines. Not my daughters. my Sapphire was mine's, little princess. And Antonio was my baby. Antonio, my first grandson, and for me to help raise my grandson and then snatch him, and then to sit up there and say all kind of derogatory things about me as a grandmother, and then to picture to the world that I was never there for my grandchildren, and I seen them when they was born. Do you know how devastating that is to a person? I'm going to tell you how I had my first stroke. I had my first stroke when my first grandbaby got taken away. And I tried to tell my daughter, give her to me. I promise I'm going to take care of her. And she didn't. And when I found out that they had her, okay, you understand me? And I worried so much, I worried myself into a stroke. Okay? That's what happened. That's what happened. And then I had to recover from the stroke because I was disfigured on my left side. And basically, I couldn't even talk. Do you see how clear I'm talking now? You see how I can do a smile without it being weak and crippled on the left side of my face. Okay? That took prayer and that took muscle exercise in the face. Okay, and it took Dominique. Mom, I want you to drink the water. I don't want you to drink water from the sink. I want you to drink bottled water. Okay, it took Dominique to help me in that area. Okay. I'm gonna tell you how it happened. I was braiding hair because I braid hair also on the side. I've been doing that for years, ever since high school. When I got alopecia and my hair started falling out, I started braiding my hair. And so I was braiding this woman's hair. I was almost done. And then all of a sudden we was having a conversation, and all of a sudden my words started slurring on me. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm just tired. And I'm a CNA, so I knew better. At the end of the day, I should have took my tail to the hospital that moment. But I didn't. I finished her hair. I finished her hair. And then I said, I'm just going to lay down and just rest. And I woke up and I couldn't talk. I woke up and I could not talk. And then I woke up and my left side was very, very weak. So at that moment, I had a mild stroke. That's what the doctors told me. I had a mild stroke. And I was so worried about that baby. And then at the time, I was here in Vegas. Yeah, me and Dominique and the baby, we was here in Vegas when Sapphire got taken. And the people that I used to work with, the new lady, she didn't like us. And we worked our ass off because the owner, Antonio, he would give you bonuses. And then he turned it over to this white lady, and she was racist as hell. She would call us on phone meetings because it was phone acting. So that's how we took care of Antonio. We worked from home. And so, and Dominique didn't have to pay for no child care. And that was the whole purpose of me taking care of Sapphire and Antonio and work from home. So we don't have to deal with child care costs. And transportation, commuting with a baby, dragging a baby to daycare and stuff. So we worked at home. We got muted out. Then they started messing with our check. They started shortening us on our check when Antonio gave it over to this woman. And so that was the time where my income started getting messed with, and it was like, dang. And then we had to move. We was at the Emerald Suites off of Paradise Road in Vegas. That's where that man dropped that racist man. Him and his wife used to talk so much stuff about me and Dominic and the baby. And one day he dropped from a Caesar. He had a Grandma Caesar right in front of my door. That was like it was like God took my enemy and dropped him right in front of my door, I swear to God. And he hit that concrete so hard that blood started gushing from his head. And so his wife tried to move him, and I said, don't move him, don't touch him, just call the paramedics. Here, call them. And so the same black woman that they was talking so much about was the same black woman that I could have said, get your white ass away from your racist white ass away from the front of my door, but I didn't. You see how God can sit up there even though your enemies did you wrong, but you still have a heart to help them. Isn't that something? God is good. So it was during that time where my grandbaby, my first grandbaby, my baby, because I claimed Sapphire as mine. Everything about Sapphire, my birthstone. Her name is Jasmine. That's the first baby that I was gonna name. And yep, Sapphire, Lachelle. That's my grandmama name. So everything about Sapphire got grandmama all over her, honey. And if she would have been born on the 7th, she would have been on grandmama day that grandmama was born too. So on that same date. So at the end of the day, that was grandmama baby. And it took a lot out of me for some of you young people that want to know what happened. What happened? Okay? Why you not successful now? Why you don't have nothing now? Huh? And then having people mess with your check and like, I need this money so I could get my grandbaby. I need this money so I could get my grandbaby. So security sit up there and start messing with your check. And it's like, I need this money to get Sapphire out of the system. Get Sapphire. And I worried myself into a stroke. And I said, God, I need money so I can get a house. And then men started approaching me while I was homeless. And I didn't recognize the game until I was out there. Yeah, we was out there and start basically trying to act like they wanted a relationship. And this is for the women's out there, when they sometimes they block you. Sometimes they pick certain women's to get homeless, stay homeless, because they want you out on the street so that they can. It's another form of low class sex trafficking and vulnerable homeless women. So what they do is they prey on you, they watch you, they follow you. They see exactly where you're going to be at for the night, okay? And then when they see you out and they see you homeless by yourself, and then so where you going tonight? What you doing tonight? Nothing, I'm sure. I'm just out here. Really? Oh, okay, all right. Well, I got a place, you know what I'm saying? I know you got to be sleepy, you got to be tired, and this is after they kept you out there deprived for 3 or 4 days. By that time, you're sleepy, you're tired, you're hungry, okay? So they watch you for that time frame. They watch you because they know that you can only last so long out there as a woman. So they watch you. The predators, they watch you in your homeless situation, and they follow you around, okay? So when this is what happened. And so let's just say that you take his offer, you take his invitation, go to his house or whatever, and shower and eat, and so that you could get some rest on his couch, okay? You're on the sofa of his room. He's in his room, and he begins to touch you while you're sleeping, illegally touching you while you're sleeping. Yes, honey, yes. And you wonder why some women stay out there on the streets at night. So the whole purpose is to bait you. And this is real life shit. We're talking white women up there. Well, we're talking about reality. Lady, this is reality out here. This is reality out here on these streets when you're homeless, honey. It's reality. They sit up there and they bait you. They prey on you, the homeless women, and they keep you out there on purpose. It's like a certain group of women that they select, that the men have selected to keep you out there homeless. So therefore, maybe all of them will get a chance with you, or they'll pass you around or circle you around to their place. I'm not telling you something that I heard, as the old people say. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I know. And so if you wake up with this man's hands all over your body, okay? You understanding me? That is raping you while you're sleeping. That is touching you illegally while you're sleeping, taking advantage of you because you're in a tired mode. Been there, and I have done that. So Okay, damn, because I don't want to deal with this shit right here. I don't want nobody touching me up out of my sleep. Bad enough I had to deal with this as a child. I don't have time for this shit. I don't have time for it. I don't want no man touching me. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to touch you. That's why I started doing phone acting, because I don't want to have sex with you. I don't mind playing with you over the damn phone, because that's acting, honey. But I don't want to physically touch you. I want to feel attracted to you. I want to feel that you and I have a connection, really, truth be told. That's how I want to feel. Okay? So at the end of the day, been through that phase. So I started staying up at night. And they will follow you. Yes, and some nights, some of you young people and some of you women that's been born with a silver spoon in your mouth and got every damn body and every man doing for you. You don't know what it's like, honey. You just don't know. You just don't want to know. That's why I love that song, honey, because there were some cold, long nights, honey. There was cold, long nights. There was cold, freezing night. There was rainy nights, and I was out there, and the men would just watch me. Let the bitch stay out there. I'm gonna tell you, some of them, let that bitch stay out there, then she ain't putting out. Yeah, that's real talk out there on the streets. Let the bitch stay out there. Let the bitch stay homeless. Let the bitch stay broke. That's real talk. That's real talk. If you're not putting out, let the bitch stay out there and let the bitch stay broke. And then they laugh at you because you don't want to touch, you don't want to be touched, you don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry touching you. Your body can only take so much sex, reality. A woman body can only take so much, and then as it's aging, it can't take all that. Really. Not even some young women, because of how the womb is shaped. So when men are having sex or raping women, some women body, like my daughter, the womb is tilted. That's why they can only hold their baby for so long. But a man, he doesn't know what it's like for somebody to penetrate you and what they say, beat it up and stab it and all that. I don't want you to beat that shit up. Shit, I don't want you to stab it. You sound like a mass murderer. You seem like a pussy abuser. Nobody wants you to beat it up. Nobody wants you to stab it, honey. You caress it. You treat it, pamper it. Yes, honey. We're talking real adult talk here, honey. This is not for kids. Yes, I talk about everything. I talk about all my experience, because you overcome by the words of your testimony of what you have been through in life, honey. And so when you saying, what do you have now, baby? It's like, sure, I done went through a lot of journey, and it seemed like you still trying to take me through the homeless journey. It seemed like you still trying to deprive me of money. And I'm 54 years old. What else could you want out of me? The body is old. The body is no longer attractive. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I should be retired. I should be swinging on the porch back and forth, drinking coffee or some iced tea on a hot day. I like to crochet. I like to knit. I like to do certain things, honey. I like to sew. What's wrong with you? What else could you be looking for? What else could you try to squeeze up out of me? What else are you trying to squeeze from me? And that's God honest truth. What else? So at nighttime, okay, I got something for your ass. You little so-called ass pimp. You know what? I'm going to take my ass out here where there ain't nothing but federal cops. Yeah, some of y'all asses got warrants. Come on out here to this damn airport, nigga. Yeah, they'll follow me all the way until I get to that damn airport. You see all these, the TSA is around me. The federal cops is around me, honey. The airport cops is around me. So, and some of y'all got felony, some of y'all got warrants, you got some deep warrants. You ain't bringing your ass out here. And if you do, you ain't gonna approach me, because you're gonna be on camera and microphone. That's why you find us at the airport. It's safety, and that's a message for you women. Instead of you walking the streets at night, you go out to the airport. Yep, that's it. I don't care what nobody is saying, how they talking about you. When you're a single woman, it is best for you to go towards safety. And if you're a real cop, you will agree with me. Find somewhere that's safety at night. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because women get raped. They get raped being homeless out here on the streets. Yes, they do. That's why they try to follow you. They try to follow you. They get raped. They get abused out on the streets, honey. And you should always have mace, some bear spray, something on you, honey. Don't ever let somebody unarm you and think that you don't have a right to be armed, honey, as a single woman out here on these damn streets. You should always have something on you, like, yeah, okay, well, you got to take, because I used to have some, one time LA cops, they had to confiscate this machete. Yep, I had my damn machete, Mexican guy gave it to me. Yes, I did, honey. I would slice your ass up. Yes, I will, like you in the jungle. And then the cops, they were so cool. They said, yeah, I know. It's like, I know why you got it, but the blade is like way past the legal allowance, so we're going to have to compensate it. It's like, that's okay, officer. There's a store right across the street. They got knives up in there. So you should always have something on you, really, truth be told. That's real life. Real life. You white women, you want to talk about real life? Crystal, yeah, we want you to stay in reality of life. Bitch, that's my reality. Bitch, that was my reality. Living up in the projects and shit and having people shoot around your little young kids. That's my goddamn reality, bitch. What part of reality you talking about? Okay? We don't lived in good areas, and we don't lived in some real rough ass area. When you talking about LA, honey, baby, and you don't been on Skid Row, I mean, like, damn. Anybody know about Skid Row in LA? That is not a pretty sight. Even here in Vegas, when you go down there to the Shade Tree Shelter, honey, that area is not a pretty sight. It's like demons. It's like dark spirits from hell down there. And you trying to send people down there. It's like once you down there, they have captured you.